Now, we're joined for the balance of the hour by Dick Gregory, always a very interesting guest. One of the top comedians out there who used his great wit to, promote a real civil rights movement, a civil rights icon who marched with Dr. Martin Luther King and many others. And he's got a new film that he's in out that we're going to be talking about, Unsung Hollywood. We're going to play about 3 or 4 minutes of that in the last segment today. And since Dick was a little bit late today, hopefully we can get him back a little bit sooner for a second interview in a couple of months to take your phone calls. But he's with us till the end of the hour, dickgregory.com. And he joins us to talk about the waterfront. Mr. Gregory, good to have you on with us.
Bless you, my brother. Peace and love to you, and just thank you for being there. Every time I do your show, it's almost like I was on a black station. So many black folks see me in the street and say, I heard you this morning.
Well, it's just a people station, my friend.
Well, no, it's more than that. See, there's a certain clairvoyance that black folks born with. We don't have it as much now as we used to. But that's always been there. And so they can listen to you and know ain't no tricking going on, ain't no nothing. They don't even have to question. Very seldom you hear a black person talking about conspiracy theory, right? The conspiracy theory is the New York Times and the Washington Post and NBC and CBS. And just thank God that all these radio stations like yours and the one problem I have, I listened to the last part of your interview just now with the guy.
Yes, sir.
And you very seldom hear this on the, you all know everything, okay, because you hang to the right. You've been in there. You've been in the military. You know what this country is doing. And to sit and say this just started, y'all know better than that. What are you frightened of, huh? What are you frightened of? A Jack Paul show. Back in the 60s, when I said on the Jack Paul show, I said, it's hard to believe this government taps my telephone. And Jack went crazy. America taps your telephone? How can you prove that? I said, any time a Negro in America can obey a telephone $60,000 and they don't cut the phone off, it's tapped. It's tapped. I'm the one released the pictures with Ron Brown with the bullet in the back of his head.
Oh, I know. You were the original Alex Jones.
That's right. So now we don't have to worry about this plane here. We've seen it happen, but for some reason, a lot of these white shows that know this don't go all the way. What are you scared of? You love America?
No. I agree that America's been corrupt from the beginning, and so has every other country. The thing is, it's getting more scientific. It's definitely the evil's growing.
Oh, no, you're right. It's getting more scientific, but I'm saying when it wasn't this scientific, it was few people that understand it.
Well, plus back then when you were exposing it, I mean, back then they used to kill people routinely that talked about it.
Oh, they do now. They do now. The reason it's better off now, you telling me what they used to do. Here's something that's interesting. The Chicago Tribune. And at that time, it was probably the third best newspaper in the country, by their count. Friday, March the 10th, 1978. Headlines. FBI memo, used mob to kill Dick Gregory. No other paper ran this. I bet if they would have found something where I was talking to some Black Panthers to kill Hoover, it would have been in all the papers.
Unbelievable. Let's come back. Dick Gregory's our guest, incredible individual.
Celebrate the spirit of freedom and liberty upon which our nation was founded at InfoWarsShop.com. Molon Lave is ancient Greek for come and take it. This popular design combines both classic Greek Spartan imagery with modern M16 assault rifles. Now available in women's tees and proudly made in the USA. And now you can protect yourself from corrupt cops with the InfoWars dash cam. It's your car's black box that records all that the driver sees and hears. And introducing the Block It Pocket. It renders your phone undetectable while protecting your private data and your health. Or take back your privacy and protect your personal information by getting your very own Detractor cell phone pouch. So get incredibly high-quality, freedom-based products and help fund the revolution at InfoWarsShop.com.
he's got so much to say. And again, he was talking about this stuff 50 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, and so much of it has turned out to be true. So you've got the floor, Mr. Gregory. Finish up your point you were trying to make about it being in the news that the FBI director was going to kill you, and then expand out on, you were bringing up the missing plane and the missing scientist. Of course, that's one thing I thought was interesting, and kind of a brain theft, I guess, and just other big issues. Your view on the world, Dick Gregory.
Okay, now, where we left off was the Chicago Tribune article, and that was by Rob Warden. And here's the first paragraph. The late J. Edgar Hoover ordered the Chicago office of the Federal Bureau to develop measures to neutralize, that's the word they use for kill, black comedian Dick Gregory, and suggested measures could include alerting La Costa Nostra to Gregory's verbal attacks on them. And it goes on and on. Now, matter of fact, I had the telex before the Chicago FBI got it. That's the good thing about black folks. And one day when white folks understand who we are, you know, we did all the work for white folks. They didn't hire white folks to do that. We did all the work. And it's something about white America. They knew something about us, our spirit. Why? Nobody on this planet could be treated like a group of people that we was treated during slavery, and they knew something about me. They let me cook their food. They let me take care of their babies. You don't let people who's been trashed do that unless you know something that's coming off of them. So we had all the jobs. My mother's mother worked for Jesse James. We from Missouri, up in the Boot Hills, Jesse and Frank. And when Jesse got killed, Frank changed the name and took the money to Rockefeller. That's who the Rockefellers are, okay? See, we know all of that.
By the way, folks, that's actually true. The Rockefellers ran snake oil operations out of Missouri before they discovered oil.
That's right. and the Jameses were Jews. That's why, and I hate to use the word because so many people use that to trash the Jews with. No, that's why they was robbing banks and the railroads because of the way they treated Jews. And so consequently, we knew that. We knew everything out here. We know who Abraham Lincoln's daddy was. We know who Abraham Lincoln was. And we know that because we worked in the house. And we know damn good and well that ain't no white boy from Yale invented the cotton gin. Okay? If I'm working and the people I work for and I'm a slave that don't give a damn about me, why are they going to invent something to ease my burden? Huh? Eli Whitney, and then the only reason you can have fantastic documents there is because Eli Whitney came down from Yale to visit this rich, slave-owned family, and he saw this black guy sitting in the field with a box. And so he went back and put a patent on it. Well, it went to court. So the documents is in federal court about who did and who didn't. And so when you sit and you think about the information we have and have always had, the Pullman porters, most of the Pullman porters were wealthy. Why? Because couldn't nobody poor afford to ride on a train where they had sleeping car. It was called sleeping car porters. But the wealthy. Before that, it was the Roosevelts and the rich. They would hook their private car onto the railroad. So they say anything in front of us because we was invisible. We know what stock was going to go down. We know the stock market, when it was going to be fixed. We knew that. We knew sports. Do you know what I'm fixing to say now? Do you know how many Americans would just say, oh, he must be great? 60% of all college football games is fixed, okay? Now, and we think the same way the Germans thought right before they fell. There were people trying to tell folks what was going on, and they wouldn't hear it. They just couldn't believe that this could happen. And so consequently, when you sit, now, here's why your shows and shows like yours go over so big. When I'm 82 years old, I had nothing but NBC, CBS, and ABC. Okay? When you listen to them talk about that Malaysian plane now and say we bring in an analyst, ain't no analyst, that's CIA. Okay? That's a game. But Americans is so naive. You know, you try to tell Americans that Kennedy, when he shot in Dallas, they haven't found his brain. His brain is missing. And nobody said, wait a minute, it's splattered. No, come on, y'all. He was shot at 1 o'clock Eastern time. At 4 o'clock, they sent that limousine of his back to where they make the limousines in Cincinnati, Ohio, to have it overworked. What about all the forensics that's in there? You try to tell Americans this, okay? And they will not believe you. What's happening now? Social media. The social media. When I was a little boy, NBC, CBS, and ABC, they would get something like 30 to 40,000 people every evening for the news, separately.
Many anthropologists and archaeologists believe that before man even discovered the power to harness and use fire, we were involved in agrarian activities. That is, taking the seeds of plants and then replanting them to produce more. The very foundation of our modern civilization and human culture is centered around the planting and cultivation of edible plants.
Here are some of the amazing deals at InfoWars Seed Center at InfoWarsShop.com.
The Survival Seed Vault by My Patriot Supply features only the finest survival heirloom seeds for a robust and hardy garden, even in the toughest times. We also have starter varieties of the deluxe seed packages for fruit, salad, salsa, peppers, medical herbs, and more.
Go to the InfoWars Seed Center at InfoWarsShop.com.
And remember, the revolution against tyranny is growing.
Now you can watch the InfoWars Nightly News streaming live as it happens for free.
Check it out at Infowars.com/show.